This week on CCX News.
This has been a vision for a long time, so to see it all come together is just a great moment in time.
The vision that begins to take shape in Plymouth. Plus,
I love coming to organizations like this.
A well-known face stops by a special place in New Hope. And later,
there aren't a lot of people who do what I do.
Meet a crystal painter who has found a niche in preserving artistic history. CCX News starts right now.
Yeah, this is part of the legacy.
Plymouth's ambitious vision to redevelop the former Prudential campus is finally taking shape. Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us this week. A massive construction project in Plymouth along Bass Lake Road and Interstate 494 now has its first major tenant. You'll recall the project is large in scope. It will transform a 75-acre site, redeveloping the former Prudential campus into a variety of amenities.
Yeah, I can't tell you how exciting it is to have the first building open up in this development. We've been talking with the developers about how to develop this property for a long time. And then we went through the approval process, and we finally have something that meets the vision of what the city wants as well as what the developer wants.
Summit Orthopedics recently celebrated its grand opening of its new Bass Lake Clinic and Ambulatory Surgery Center on the large redevelopment site called the Boulevard. The 78,000 square foot Summit Orthopedics building will serve more than 300 patients a day for things like physical therapy, surgery, imaging services, and orthopedic urgent care. It's the company's 6th urgent care location in the Twin Cities.
You have the campus that's getting redeveloped here, so there's going to be a lot of activity and a hub. When you look at healthcare, people are moving off of hospital campuses. They're moving out into the retail area where patients live and where they want to get all of the care that they can.
The next major milestone for the overall project will happen early next year. That's when Coburn's is expected to open its new flagship grocery store. Minnesota's next legislative session is still months away, but that didn't stop local officials from asking lawmakers for help with their big construction projects. One stop lawmakers made was in Plymouth. City officials are asking for $26 million in state bonding dollars from the legislature to start a new downtown area called City Center. Some of the funding would be used to build a new sheet of ice at the Plymouth Ice Center, as well as a parking ramp and other infrastructure improvements. Despite the divided legislature, Plymouth Mayor Jeff Washy feels like there's a chance it could pass.
We have like over 1 million people within 10 miles of the Plymouth that come in and use these services and will come in and use this. We have hockey teams that come across the nation to play in the Plymouth Ice Center.
Lawmakers also stopped in Robbinsdale, Brooklyn Center, and Brooklyn Park to look at other bonding requests. With temperatures dropping and days getting shorter, we are certainly getting closer to the dreaded cold and flu season. Getting sick is no fun, but a new urgent care provider in Golden Valley is trying to make the season as easy as possible for patients through virtual visits. I got a chance to see how it works. For years, getting sick during the cold and flu season required some time in a waiting room. It's a less than ideal place to be.
You have people coughing, sneezing. We do encourage masking, but not everybody does. So you can be exposed to a number of upper respiratory things if you are sitting in the waiting room for any length of time.
Colleen Weed Erickson is a physician assistant at the emergency room in Golden Valley, and she knows what's in store for the next few months.
Pretty big upper respiratory season again.
It's why she says more people are logging onto their computers and using the emergency room's virtual care option.
We're seeing 100 plus patients a day that would otherwise be sitting in a lobby somewhere waiting.
So this is our urgency room website.
Becky Legeld of the emergency room demonstrated the process.
Click Start Visit Now. You don't need an appointment for online visits. It's available from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day.
Patients have to answer a few questions.
Hello.
And within minutes, they're connected to a provider.
Yes.
That provider may determine that the patient needs a test to diagnose what they have. Folks can then go to the most convenient emergency room, do a quick check-in to get a swab, and let the people in the lab handle the rest.
We're sometimes running 120, 140 swabs a day at each lab. So this is definitely the busy time of year for those.
While it may be a busy time of year, they have a slew of machines in the lab to process the swabs and diagnose things like strep, cold, flu, and RSV.
During peak flu season, these machines are all running, and sometimes there's one on deck waiting, but thankfully it's very, very fast.
So fast that it takes about 30 to 60 minutes to get accurate test results through email or text.
We're able to help those people kind of get back to their lives faster. Prescriptions are easier if you know the result of a lab test faster. So I feel like it has impact in a lot of ways.
The Minnesota Department of Health suggests that people hoping to avoid the flu should get the influenza vaccine now. The typical flu season begins in October and runs through April. In Brooklyn Park, a new beginning. City leaders recently cut the ribbon on the Waterford. It's a new 55-plus community that opened following renovations of a former assisted living facility. The transformation happened quickly. The assisted living residents moved out in early September. The bulk of the work was done over the last 60 days. Leaders say they are grateful and excited for the transition.
It's just exciting to be here and everything is in place and we have residents coming and touring and being able to show a final product, and I'm just excited for what future residents get to experience.
City leaders say this addresses a need for 55-plus housing in Brooklyn Park. The building has 42 units with 2- and 1-bedroom apartments. One resident already moved in, with more to come on November 1st. A New Hope nonprofit that helps train assistance dogs has a new supporter. None other than a TV star from the hit show Breaking Bad. As Emily Haugen reports, Can Do Canine's new celebrity partnership helps shine the light on a significant need.
The New Hope nonprofit Can Do Canines graduated its largest class of assistance dogs in October. This one, Tucker, was trained on a talker board, using the voice of his new owner, Tiff.
Basically, Tiffany recorded the commands that we use with our dogs, and so we were able to teach the dog the cues with Tiffany's voice and get him as ready as possible to start with Tiff.
Tucker can do a variety of tasks for Tiff, like pick things up and open doors.
Such a good boy.
Breaking Bad star R.J. Mitty, who played Walter White Jr. in the show, was there for Tiff and Tucker's demo.
These are some amazing, amazing dogs.
Like Tiff, Mitty has cerebral palsy and has had dogs of his own. He's starting a partnership with the nonprofit, inspired by what the dogs can do.
Having a partner like Tucker and like this team to be able to train and give people the skill sets to live a life with independence. You know, this isn't just some pet, this is a partner.
For Tiff and Tucker, that's certainly true. In New Hope, Emily Haugen, CCX News.
Still ahead on CCX News, one of the spookiest things we saw this Halloween. Plus, a music store that's been around for more than 50 years experiences a significant change. Why this change actually may help things stay the same.
For 90 years, Connection has been at the heart of everything they do at Topline Financial Credit Union. Their team is passionate about connecting with you to help you reach your financial dreams. For some, they're here for your first, like your first checking account, first car, or first home. For others, they're here for those next steps, whether it's remodeling your home, saving for retirement, or starting a small business. Become a Topline member and let them be a part of your big moments. Visit toplinecu.com, because connected, we all do better. Federally insured with the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Whether it's the blues to disco beats, rock to reggae, there's one store in Golden Valley that has offered an eclectic mix of music for more than 50 years. Down in the Valley is certainly a Golden Valley music staple, but it now has new owners. As Kevin Miller reports, the new owners are familiar faces to frequent customers.
I tend to buy stuff leaning more towards blues or nostalgia, the stuff I grew up with.
From the towers of used CDs.
I like the mix here. So they have some new, some old, good selection of both vinyl and CD.
To the neatly stuffed record crates.
Gonna buy some vinyl today, stuff that you don't see everywhere. I've never seen this one before. It happens to be a blues album.
Down in the Valley has been a music hub for decades. It's popular with record hawks like Sean Bubendorf, who came in with plans to add to his collection.
I grew up with vinyl. I was a CD guy for decades, and when vinyl started coming back, I dabbled.
He's far from alone. In today's world of streaming and quick fads, Down in the Valley sees a bevy of customers searching for lasting media.
Yeah, going back to analog, and they want a physical thing they can hold because everything in their world is kind of fake otherwise, digital, which is rad,
That's Stephen Williams. He's one of the new owners at Down in the Valley. He says music will continue to be the heart of the business.
I think our selection's killer for the music side, the vinyl side. Nothing like that will change.
They'll still offer plenty, even cassettes and band merch. Smokers will find marijuana pipes and accessories for their now legal habits. Meanwhile, the eclectic toys and gifts are staying on the shelf.
Pop culture and music, I think it keeps you young being in this environment. As I get older, I still feel like I'm closer to my youth.
Scott Farrell is the store's other owner. This longtime employee says don't believe any rumors. The place is staying open just the way you remember it.
The consumers should just expect that they're going to come to Down the Valley. It's going to be the same great experience that they've had.
That experience leaves customers like Sean Bubendorf down for more.
As long as it stays the same, I'll keep coming.
In Golden Valley, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
Along with the Golden Valley location, Down in the Valley has a store in Maple Grove. A Brooklyn Center homeowner continued his annual Halloween house tradition. Michael Crenshaw's house is frightening in the day, but it's even better at night. He decked it out with gravestones, skeletons, and even familiar horror characters. This year, there's an all-new fortune teller. Years ago, Crenshaw was inspired by a Halloween display from his childhood. As an adult, he wanted to continue that tradition to help other families make memories.
It's something about that, the childhood memory and the connection with the community.
Most of his lawn is made up of handmade creations. He only lights up his display in all its glory on Halloween nights. Next year, he hopes to go even bigger. Still ahead, work that's both delicate and difficult. You'll meet a person who restores scenic paintings when we come back. Look around the Twin Cities and you can find some amazing paintings, but some are in desperate need of attention. So who is capable of doing such difficult and delicate work? We found a crystal woman who has mastered the art of preserving paintings. Here is Sarah Allen.
There aren't a lot of people who do what I do.
Wendy Wassett Barrett is one of a kind. Since the early 1990s, she's been on a mission to repair, restore, and preserve historic scenery collections.
There's water damage throughout. There's wear that's on the bottom.
Over time, Wassett Barrett developed her own restoration techniques.
It's mainly cleaning and repairing, and it's crawling around on your hands and knees because most stuff is too big to put up on a table. So it's hard work.
We caught up with her at the Czech and Slovak Hall in St. Paul.
This is just, so well used and loved.
Restoring scenery to its former glory.
But I have historic pigments that I use that will match this without any issues. These were never intended to last more than a decade. The greatest amount was 12 years.
The now fragile sceneries were once familiar sights across the United States in the late 19th and early 20th centuries.
What you would get in the small town of Cuba, Kansas, that has like 150 people, was the same visual aesthetic that you would get at the Hippodrome in New York.
Wassett Barrett says the art helped connect people. Today it reminds us of our collective heritage.
It's being able to step back in time, standing in front of a piece that generations stood in front of.
While she's made repairs at opera houses, cinemas, and other locations across the United States, she doesn't forget where her love of the arts began at Robbinsdale Cooper High School.
Without that high school experience of the arts in District 281, there's no way that I would have continued at college. So these are 2 grades of hide glue.
Now a teacher herself, Wassett Barrett hopes to pass on her knowledge to the next generation of artists.
It's not just preserving artifacts or places, it's preserving a trade that is partially lost at this point. And this would be a landscape roll drop.
Ensuring that timeless masterpieces continue to make their curtain call far into the future.
And they have another century in them if they're handled well.
In St. Paul, Sarah Allen, CCX News.
Not only is restoring paintings hard work, it's time-consuming. Wassett Barrett hopes to wrap up her St. Paul project around Christmas. Sports is up next. John Jacobson is in with highlights from 2 local section volleyball finals. Those stories and more are straight ahead.
The Champlain Park girls volleyball team was superb in an upset of top seed Maple Grove in the Section 5-4A semifinals. The Rebels hope to follow that with another good performance as they faced Rogers in the section final.
The Rebels playing in their 11th Section 5 championship match since 2013, taking on Rogers, the section's number 2 seed. First set, Rebels freshman Bryn Bellison with a serve off the tape and down for an ace. That breaks an 8-8 tie to give the Rebels the lead and starts a huge scoring run. Mia Kern sets the ball left side for Riley Inman. She finds a hole in the defense to score. Rebels up 12-9. Late in the set, the ball goes to Riley Tilke, and her attack goes off the block and out. Champlain Park makes it look easy, 25-11 in the first set. Second set, the Rebels' Tessa Magnan gets up for the block and rejects the Royals' attack. Champlain Park leads 15-11. And then on set point, it's Magnan scoring again, this time off hands and out. Champlain Park wins 25-21. They lead 2-0. But it's a whole different story in set 3. Ava Hewlett sets the ball outside to Regan Schmidt, who gets up for the kill here. Rogers leads 12-6. Late in the third set, Belle Qualley with a big block for the Royals. Rogers wins easily, 25-12 the final. More of the same in the fourth set. Kinley Colligan goes cross-court and deep with her attack to score. Rogers leads 17-9 on the way to a 25-14 win. And so we go to a fifth and deciding set. Colligan blocks Inman, and Rogers is up big at 8-2. Back comes Champlain Park. Magnan with another kill, part of a 9-1 scoring run for the Rebels, and they lead 11-9. Back and forth these teams go before Rogers prevails in the end. Aleda Finke with a kill on match point that completes the Royals rally and sends Rogers to the state tournament for the 4th time in 5 seasons.
The Benilde St. Margaret's girls volleyball team was state runner-up in Class 3A in 2022. The Red Knights were looking to get back to state for the first time since that appearance when they met Delano for the Section 6 title. Chaz Moots has highlights.
A standing room only crowd in Delano for the Section 6 3A final. Benilde St. Margaret's lost to the Tigers twice in the regular season. In set 1, Delano looking good. Lexi Champeau set to Kayla Hyman and Point Tigers. They held the lead early on. The Red Knights battled back though, 21-21. Sydney Friedley up to Brooke Kincaid. Ball is called just in. That put BSM back in front. Then later on in the opening set, Benilde St. Margaret's trying to shut the door. Friedley up to her sister, Sailor Friedley, some great placement in the back right corner. BSM takes a big win in set 1, 25-23. A good start in the second set for Benilde St. Margaret's. A wall up front on this possession. Avery Minor with a big block. 8-4 the lead at that point. Another tight set down the home stretch. Friedley to Friedley, Sydney to Sailor. Big swing at the net. Later on, the score is 24-22. Red Knights with another chance to capitalize late. They do just that. It's Kincaid again, the set point dagger down the left line. BSM goes up 2-0. Red Knights just one set win away from a trip to state. Usually Sydney Friedley sets things up. This time the lefty on the receiving end and gets the kill. Delano did not go away quietly though. The Tigers were down 24-18. They rattle off 6 straight points to tie it back up. But Benilde St. Margaret's extended rallies and did just enough. The Red Knights take the third set 27-25 and sweep Delano on the road to advance to the the Class 3A state tournament for the first time in 3 years.
We were ready for it. We were so ready for it. And I think it was kind of a long time coming. We talked about it's really hard to beat a team 3 times, so I think we were ready to come into this match and, you know, feel that emotion of all that happiness and just love for each other as a team because we worked so hard to be here.
In Delano, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
Our play of the week is now deep in its second month of the fall sports season here on CCX. And here's a look at our most recent winner. It's Jasmine Carlson of Heritage Christian Academy and her goal against Providence Academy in the Section 5A Girls Soccer Final. Congratulations to Jasmine, and a reminder that you can vote anytime for this week's 4 plays of the week. Those candidates are up on ccxmedia.org. Click on the Sports tab and then go to Play of the Week to vote. Our Play of the Week brought to you by Topline Credit Union. Up next in our CCX Sports Spotlight, we'll profile 2 sisters from Benilde St. Margaret's who have helped lead the Red Knights to the state volleyball tournament. Benilde St. Margaret's girls volleyball has had a great fall. The Red Knights finished with a 23-5 record to end the regular season and had a chance to take down a #1 seed in the section final. In this week's CCX Sports Spotlight, Chaz Moots tells us 2 reasons why the Red Knights have been winning so much.
Connection is everything for the Benilde St. Margaret's girls volleyball team. Head coach Michael Becker knows it's a big reason why the Red Knights have been red hot all fall.
Our chemistry is so important in volleyball and kind of the ultimate team sport.
Junior setter Sydney's connection to junior outside hitter Sailor runs deep.
Having a little bit of that connection that's already taken care of since birth. There's a level of trust that you don't necessarily need to have spoken.
Twins Sydney and Sailor Friedley agree that there is something to be said about that twin connection.
Sometimes it's legit. I think like in sports you kind of see it sometimes, like when she'll like set it like off and I'll already be in that spot, like we know, and like I don't really have to talk about like where I want the set. Like if I want it a little higher, like I kind of give her like a you know what to do.
There's moments where I'm like, I know where she is, like either on the court or like what she's thinking, and I'm kind of just like, yeah, like let's go, let's do this.
Having played volleyball together for so long, no one knows each other's game like the Friedley twins.
She's just an athlete, like could hit like front row if she could, but she needs to set, so we have her playing all the way around setter, but she's just overall like so well-rounded. She works her butt off.
Even like in high pressure situations, she'll be like, we got it guys, like next point. She's also very like smart on the court. She is not looking for that like big power like swing. She's looking at those spots. She knows exactly where she can put it to score.
The Friedley sisters actually grew up in a basketball family, but for Sailor, when volleyball was introduced to her later down the road, she dove all in.
Volleyball came around like 3rd grade. I went to a small private Catholic school. That's when like you started playing volleyball, and so 3rd grade, and then moving up to like 5th grade, I started playing club volleyball, which is where I really fell in love with it. And yeah, so like that 11th year, like it really like something changed, and I was like, okay, like volleyball is the one I want to do.
Sydney enjoyed volleyball as well, but kept hoops close to her and was a key piece to the Red Knights' 3rd straight state title this past winter.
Friedley.
It's a tough call for Sydney on which sport she enjoys more.
This year for AAU, for basketball, my team made it to like the national championship for Adidas. And I feel like I was like, oh, maybe I want to do this like in college, like maybe this is like something I want to do. But then I go to volleyball and I play volleyball. We did pretty far in like nationals, but we didn't get as far, but I was still like, I want to do this too.
Even with winning multiple state titles in basketball, Sydney always hoped that one day she could get to state playing alongside her sister in volleyball.
In basketball, I maybe didn't appreciate it as much as I do in volleyball because I've been there so many times. I'm like, oh, like here we go again, like I've done it. But in volleyball, I'm just like, even to make it there is such like an accomplishment for our team, for our coaches. Like I can't, like I'll be so happy.
The actions match the words when Benilde St. Margaret's took down Delano in the section final.
Since we're little kids, we've been growing up like this is our dream to go to state, to get like far, and so now it's like become a reality, and it's surreal.
Yeah, I'm just so excited that it's this team too. Like I love them all so much, and I'm so excited to get to experience this journey with them, and hopefully we can bring home a state championship too.
And that does it for this show. Remember to visit ccxmedia.org for the very latest local news and sports. We'll see you next time.
Thank you to our supporting sponsor, Scott's Lawn Care, serving homes and businesses of their neighbors in the Twin Cities West Metro area. Scott's Lawn Care team offers services ranking from weekly maintenance to complete redesign. Also, Scott's Lawn Care offers snow plowing services for the smallest residential lots to large commercial projects as well. Thank you, Scott's Lawn Care, for being a supporting sponsor of CCX Media.